See you.
Too. Wait, can I get a picture real quick?
Oh yeah. Well, you
Everyone
take a
hold
picture.
your
positions.
You get everyone in there? Okay, 1, 2, 3.
All right, Zeke, we're sitting down here in Portugal, the third CT stop. A few days ago, you and your wife, Jenna, welcomed a beautiful baby girl into the world. Walk me through what the last few days have been like.
Baby girl didn't want to come on her due date. You know, she was a little late, which was pushing it pretty close to when I had to come here. But luckily it all worked out and I was there for the birth, and it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I feel like my life's never going to be the same now.
What was going through your head when you first found out that you were going to be a girl dad?
So don't get me wrong. I love my daughter and I couldn't imagine not having her in my life right now. But at first I really wanted a boy. I grew up in a family of 4 with 3 sisters. And I also grew up in a girls' dormitory at Kamehameha Schools where my mom worked. So I was surrounded by women. You know, God said I need women around me, maybe because it's the best thing for me.
This CT season, I know, is not exactly how you wanted to start. Where is your mentality coming into Portugal?
I feel like last year I had a lot of mental and emotional battles. I had to, work on myself mentally and emotionally more than physically. So I really wanted to be real level-headed coming into this year. And then it just felt like I was just being tested at every turn. Just interferences in every single one of my heats. It was just insane. It wasn't all on me, it was just like happening around me. I kept having to check in with myself, like, if these things keep happening, I can't lose everything that I've been working on for so long just because things aren't going my way. And then sunset happened.
Oh no. Priority interference, white on black, and that takes Ezekiel Lau to third and eliminates him from competition.
A million things can happen when you pal out for a
Right.
heat. And a million things can happen when you show up to a contest.
Yep.
You gotta be able to have all these things happen and not
Yep.
let it affect you. And that's what makes a world champion. At this level, in this sport, it's not even who's the best surfer, it's who's the most level-headed and who's able to be so confident and so positive and so in tune with how they're feeling and where they're at mentally, that it allows them to physically perform. I just had a couple rough events and I just got to shake it off. Honestly, took the pressure off. The worst that I thought could happen already happened. So now after that, it's just like everything's a plus. And I'm just gonna, try my best and go as hard as I can.
Who's poured into you to give you this sort of advice and feedback for the mental and emotional side of competing?
To be honest, my wife, she sees me and she's with me the most and she knows me better than anyone. And I think she's the one that's always pushing me to just have a more positive approach. And I felt like growing up, I was so just driven and had a one-track mind. I wanted to just do this and nothing else mattered if I didn't do that, She's teaching me how to actually enjoy my life and love other things besides surfing. And, she's everything good in my life right now.
Let's talk about who you are as a competitor, because you've sort of described yourself as a product of your environment, your heritage, your family. How has that shaped the way you compete?
Yeah, my dad's a football coach. He's super intense. My whole life growing up surfing and doing other sports, he was really intense and kind of hard on me to instill discipline. And he always taught me that, getting second or losing it isn't an option. You want to go out there to win every time and you're going to put your 100% effort into it.
How do you sort of carry the weight of your family's expectations, your Hawaiian heritage, all of this stuff? How do you carry that all and just surf?
So sometimes it's hard because for me, competing is something that you have to be really present and in the moment. Obviously, everywhere I go and everything else that I'm doing besides in the jersey, I'm like trying to carry myself and make sure I'm, having aloha and showing people like what people are like from Hawaii and how we act and how we hold ourselves. You know, we're respectable and, you know, we have pride from where we come from. At the same time, when I paddle out for a heat, I feel like I turn on a different switch and I'm a whole different animal. And I kind of forget about all of that because I have one goal, and that goal is to make that heat, or that goal is to win the contest. You know, it's wild. You know, that's why you get a lot of emotion out of me, and you know, whether it's good or bad, that's just the way I have to do it.
How has your brand of competitiveness, do you feel like, been received by your competitors?
Surfing's kind of like a gentleman's sport, to where there's rules aside of the actual rules.
The unwritten rules.
There's unwritten rules like, oh, you kind of shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. I don't like to listen to those rules, so it may rub some people the wrong way. If it ain't written down and it's not that, then it's not real to me, and that's just you trying to manipulate some situation to where I can't win.
What do you want people to remember about Ezekiel Lau, the competitive professional surfer?
When I hang up the jersey, I just hope that I leave the game making a difference in some way for Hawaiian surfing. A lot of our biggest mentors and you know, specifically our world champions, a lot of them aren't around anymore, you know. One of those biggest guys was Sonny Garcia for me. Having that backing really made a difference for me. You know, it really made me feel like I could do it, you know, with his support. My main goal with my career is to be that for the next generation, you know, be that mentor. And I feel like that gives me a bigger purpose to what I'm actually doing.
I feel like we've talked so much about what you've learned about yourself through the last year in particular, about the physical versus the mental and emotional. What would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned lately?
The biggest lesson I've learned is that everything can't be surfing. You know, for me, it's super hard because my whole life's just been that. The more I focus on it, is almost just overdoing it. I have to learn how to pull back, learn how to focus on other things in my life that are gonna make me happy, so then I can go out and surf my best. And for me, that's just, you know, focusing on my family and my daughter, and you know, doing things with them that make them happy, and in turn will make me happy.